Hi, welcome back. Okay, so the chi-square, and we're calculating expected values. Okay, so just to briefly explain again, so let's say these are the real observations. Okay, let's highlight them with this color now for now, and then these are the expected values, or what should be the case if there was no association with the gender and course selection. In other words, if there was no preference by the representative of a specific gender, like males or females, towards any specific course, if their preferences were absolutely homogeneous, absolutely similar, then this is a picture that we should have been observing. Okay, so in other words, 2493 students in the 2493 females in the the economics with finance against the 207 the males in the economics with finance, and so on and so forth. Okay, so with respect to the BIS, so the total number of students is 20, and then 20 multiplied by the 4533, which is like the fraction of or proportion of females, it gives us 907. And then okay, this 10.93 is the fraction of males multiplied by 20. So in other words, if the distribution in the BIS among the males and females is the same as the whole, across all the courses, then the number of males should have been like 1093. And then the same we do for the BABM. And then okay, so and then fin. Okay, so then if we go back to the, let's say, the formula, to the process of, let's say, calculation of the chi-square, what does a chi-square do is that this let's say the coefficient of chi-square, or this thing, the chi-square, it's not x square but it's chi-square, it's calculated as what? The sum of, we're not, we're just looking at all the cells in one go. The sum of observed minus expected value squared divided by expected value. Okay, so observed ones is what we calculated just like in the that's cell here. Sorry, the observed ones are these real ones, yeah, that we got from our survey. But then expected ones are those in this cell. Okay, so we have to find a difference, and we have to square it and divide by the expected value. So we have to do it for all 8 cells. In other words, we have to find the difference between the real value and expected value, and we have to square it and divide by the expected value. Okay, so this formula, and we squared. We have to find the difference between observed and expected value squared and divide by the expected value. Okay, so then, we do the same for all the other sort of cells, for all 8 cells. Okay, so if we look into the third table, by the way, I'm going to provide you this table. Okay, so if you look into the third table, what we see is that, okay, it's like observed observed minus expected squared divided by expected. Okay, so and then if we look into this one again, so the observed minus expected for this one, I mean, what is the case and what should have been the case. Okay, what is the case minus what should have been the case squared divided by expected value. Okay, and then again, so we go for across, through all the cells. What is the case? What should have been the case? Squared divided by expected value, and so on and so forth. We do that for all this, 8 cells, and then we get these kind of numbers, and then these are actually the chi-squares, but they're not they're not just one chi-square, but they're the fractions of the whole chi-square, one chi-square, and then we sum them all up, and then the sum of all of these numbers, which is 4.62, is actually what we call the chi-square. Okay, so chi-square, and then again we're now let's say connecting the ends again, yeah. So the chi-square in general, let's say in general, this the sum of the ratio of observed value minus expected value squared and expected value. So in other words, in general, we know, or statisticians have found out that these let's say these numbers, which is what the O minus E squared divided by E, so these numbers follow the chi-square distribution. Okay, then chi-square distribution, as we said, is what is the sum of is the sum of the various several sort of the z squares. So then this also follows the same chi-square, and just this formula allows us to find the chi-square, which we are going to calculate again.